let's shift gears. Let's talk about a story that I was not going to talk about at all because I didn't care. But now I care because of some of the implications around it. Kathy Griffin, seen here at a New Year celebration with, what's his name? Anderson Cooper. She's no longer going to be doing this New Year's celebration with Anderson Cooper. I'm sorry for smirking, but I think it's actually, in this case, it's a little bit funny. She was fired from CNN today because of this graphic image that I think was completely imbecilic in every way imaginable. The image of her holding the decapitated head of Donald Trump. It's art, right? It's art, completely graphic art. I was not going to cover the story because, well, I don't care, like, whatever. Kathy Griffin, you know, cool, whatever. Somebody's trying to get attention. Somebody's trying to, you know, stir the water. And then in this case, she stirred it so much that she ended up losing her job. And she subsequently had to apologize. Here's a 30-second clip of her apologizing.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Kathy Griffin. I sincerely apologize. I am just now seeing the reaction of these images. I'm a comic. I crossed the line. I moved the line, and then I crossed it. I went way too far. The image is too disturbing. I understand how it offends people. It wasn't funny. I get it. I've made a lot of mistakes in my career. I will continue. I asked your forgiveness, taking down the image, going to ask the photographer to take down the image, and I beg for your forgiveness. I went too far. I made a mistake, and I was wrong.
Yes. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure that I would say that she was wrong in the sense of making a statement that's vulgar, because she has the right, doesn't she? Free speech, people in America, she has the right to do this. But with anything else, you have the right to say whatever you want to say within reason in the United States. And even with saying it through art, you have the right to say that. But that does not preclude you from the responsibility or the ramifications of what you say. And this is exactly what she's running into. Everyone seized upon this and try to make this to be a referendum on left-leaning liberal violence. We'll get to that in a moment, but I still want to speak about the fact that, one, as much as I think this was a dumb decision, this was idiotic for many reasons, notwithstanding the fact that it is a grossly disturbing image that's reminiscent of ISIS, of what ISIS has done to too many people. Notwithstanding that, the fact that this is political, this is giving a political weapon to your enemies. You're giving them the tool that they need to destroy you. And just to me, it's dumb in that regard. You never give your enemy the weapon that they need to destroy you. You have to be smarter than that. Somebody on her team had to have taken a step back. Well, let me start again. If there was no one on her team who took a step back and said, this is going to cost us more than it's going to benefit us, then why the hell does she have a team? All right, now that put that aside. The second level of this conversation is with regard to TMZ. Again, TMZ is in the news a little too much for me, but they actually broke this, so I have to give them credit. TMZ reported that Barron Trump saw it on television and thought that it was his dad. That he really thought that it was his dad. I'm going to have to call bullshit on that because the only people who played this on television was Fox News. And they did that to incite as much anger and animus from the right as possible to score as many political points on this as they possibly could. So now if Barron Trump is watching Fox News, then their parents should be charged with child neglect. Right? They should be charged, and Barron needs to be taken away because any child being exposed to Fox News at any time of the day should be ashamed of their parents. But I digress. This has been just a political football. And here's what I alluded to last week. I don't know if it was on the show or if it's on Twitter. Here we are in the midst of actual human beings being killed by the alt-right ideology that is promoted by the President of the United States, and they want us to pause and shed tears because of an idiotic image that probably should never have been created, and they want the entire political world to pause for an entire 2 news cycles, 2 days that they expect us to give a rat's ass about the feelings of Donald Trump being decapitated in effigy, I guess, versus being hung in effigy and burned in effigy as compared to Barack Obama. Barack Obama, plenty of images of Barack Obama being hung with nooses, being hung. And it has an even more chilling implication because he was your first black president. And not only did they hang him in effigy, they burned him in effigy. And they want us to pause for 2 news cycles to give some type of deference and some type of sympathy to the right because, oh my God, Kathy Griffin, this uber violent liberal, is just, I think I saw an article, it's just the tip of the iceberg for liberal violence. In the meantime, we have alt-right members literally killing black people and bystanders, white men, just anyone. They're killing people in the name of Make America Great Again. They're killing people in the name of this is my country and not yours. We're not talking about art. We're talking about murder. And they are more upset and more concerned and squeezing all of the political points they can out of this ridiculous image from Kathy Griffin than they are with the terrorism that Americans experience every single day at the hands of white right-wing terrorism. Last thing I'll say about this is as I scrolled through Twitter, I intentionally went to the ACLU's Twitter timeline to see if they had any commentary on this, because in a lot of ways, this is similar to the we call the deplatforming of Nazis, where we attempt to get them cancel their speaking engagements, or to whatever platform they have, we want to remove it, or even with Bill O'Reilly. You know, there's a lot that the ACLU will stand up for underneath the auspices of the First Amendment and this holistic, what's the word I'm looking for? But this free speech at any cost worldview. And I fully expected to see anytime I go to the ACLU's timeline, I fully expect to see them defending the First Amendment right of someone who did something insidious. Most of the time, it happens to be Nazis or members of the alt-right who do something so nefarious, something so insidious that it requires the people to rise up and to deplatform them. And time after time, we see the ACLU standing up for them. I went intentionally to see if we could find something, a statement, any kind of statement, anything with regard to Kathy Griffin's First Amendment right to do this. And I'm scrolling. And I'm scrolling, and I'm still scrolling, and I see nothing. If it's so important for us to stand up for hate speech and speech that we disagree with in any form, in any format, then this is something that the ACLU, not stand up for them for her to keep her job, no, but just to make the statement like they would on any other occasion when it's something that's coming out of the mouth of a Nazi, that while we disagree with what Kathy Griffin said and did in this art, she clearly had the right to do it.